Hello, welcome back to another episode of Time Capsule Musings. I'm your host, Jason, and today I'm going to talk about a fairly new Christmas movie, my thoughts on it, if it's good, does it hold up to the original, and the movie is A Christmas Story Christmas. So this one obviously just came out this Christmas season. And it actually stars a lot of the original cast. You got the actor that played Ralphie is back in it. You got Scott, the actor that plays Scott. He's now a policeman. You got the brother, Randy, is in it. And basically the whole premise of it is Ralphie's father passes away, like shortly before Christmas. So he goes back to his hometown, back to his household home, and has to have Christmas there to help his mother, deal with the loss of his father, who he, looks back fondly of, and he tries to replicate Christmas magic that his father always did, and he always thought it was easy for his father to do this stuff, when actuality, his father had trials too of everything, but he always made it come out in the end. There's a lot of parallels with this movie compared to the original. A lot of hijinks. There's neighborhood bullies. There's just stuff doesn't go right, but in the end it always works out. There's even like the double dog daria stuff going on, and it's about him trying to teach his kids the meaning of Christmas. They even go to I think it's called Higbee's, the Christmas store. And, Santa's there with the slide, so all that stuff is still there from his childhood. The window display there that the kids are like looking in at it, like, wow. And with the parents struggling, it kind of, at least with us, there's been times where, I'm sure some of you guys out there, like, where you're like, how are we going to make this happen? How are we going to do this? And their Christmas presents get stolen. So they, have to scrape all the money they got together and get Christmas presents, and then, it's just basically whatever. But then the mom goes down to the basement because the breaker blows, or the, not the breaker, but I think it's a fuse. I think they had fuses, and it's what it said. The fuse blew. So they had to go down there, and she had to figure out how to do it, and Ralphie's father, the grandfather of the kids, he had already bought Christmas presents, and it was pretty much everything they wanted, plus some. So they ended up getting what they wanted. The kids ended up getting the Christmas they wanted. It was like almost like a Christmas miracle. But it was, it's kind of touching. It's kind of nice. I think the movie held up. I think it was good. And then the bully, Scut, S-C-U-T, the bully that Ralphie beat up, catches Ralphie trying to get a Christmas star, because he had told his daughter that only Santa would come if there was a star on the Christmas tree and it fell over and broke. So he went into his friend's bar that his friend owns and broke in, because his friend wasn't around, and this was before cell phones and everything, because it took place, I think, like the 70s or something like that, because it was 30 years or so later after he was a kid. And so he has to like break into the bar, and then Scott's a policeman and stops him, and he's like, oh geez, like he has the inner monologue going, like he used to on the old movie. It's going, and he's like, oh no, what am I gonna do? And then Scott says, well, obviously if you did that, you really love your family, and you really needed that star. So he let him go with the star. He took his word for what was happening. I liked the movie. I think sometimes when movies, have sequels constantly, like shortly, like right after the movie comes out, it's not as good, in my opinion. It's almost like they're just trying to make money. But when they wait a little bit, there's almost like that nostalgia, and they get a lot of the original actors to come back and play it, and like they've grown up, and then they're in the adult role, or if they were kids back in the day, it's better. Like if they wait a little bit, they waited. This was the original was in 1983. They waited almost 40 years for it, so I think it was pretty good doing that. Yeah, it overall it's a good movie. I recommend it. Like I said in my previous review of the original Christmas Story, there was a sequel earlier on, like in I think 91 or 93 or something like that, that a lot of people didn't like and said it wasn't that good. But I consider this like the official sequel, because it's got the original characters, a lot of them in it, the original actors reprising their roles. So if you haven't seen it, I recommend it. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the movie, what your favorite part was, anything else you want to comment, and then I'll get back to you. Until next time, have a good night and take care.